Okay, so this is game 4 here. My opponent thinks it's the last one, but this is a card game. Anything could happen, so I'm not going to take it as granted. Anyways, looking at the board, there's no plus buy on the board, and that stood out to me. There's gain in Jack only. Well, Bureaucrat too, but there's Jack of all trades, man. Jack of all trades. And to me, it seemed like, look, there's no extra buy. Actually, there is one extra buy. It's not explicitly stated, but it's Outpost. Outpost is there. So a couple of things went through my mind, right? You could try to build something Caravan Stables Outpost with some money and then go buy provinces. That's possible. Mission does nothing on this board, by the way. Nothing at all. Or you could just try to play Jack and money. Try it, test it, and it works well. You could try to go Jack and money. So I go Lookout and Jack against my opponent's Lookout and Caravan. It is a bit questionable whether or not you want Lookout. Obviously, it does help by thinning some coppers out. So I think one Lookout is okay. You could also trash it later to Jack. But the second Lookout, I don't know. That's even more dubious in my mind. Maybe that silver is better there. Maybe Courtyard is better, actually, if you're looking to play a more money style deck, which is what I'm looking to do, honestly. Just use Jack and put silvers and golds into the deck and go from there. So perhaps instead of second Lookout there, Courtyard is better. A much better card than Lookout in the end game. Lookout it's very nice at the beginning here. Look, you see I could trash coppers. I didn't trash an estate with one of the Lookouts because I felt like, well, that's what the Jack is there for. He'll get them. The Lookouts could get the estates, the coppers, and the Jacks could get the estates, and we'll all work together as nice members of this kingdom. But it didn't turn out that way. Jack didn't find silver on the last play of it. Not silver, find the estate to trash it on the last play, and both of them show up in this hand here. So a couple goals in my deck so far. My opponent now gets a Jack. He has the Outpost already, which I said is the only saving grace for going after something with stables on Caravan. So he does have it. You could pick up little things on your Outpost, right? There's native villages, not bad. Courtyard, big player, so native villages and courtyards you could get for sure. I stuff a third gold into my deck, and I'm going to start buying provinces here now. I have 3 golds, I have the Jack, filling my deck with silver. I feel in a decent spot here. So my opponent now starts to buy more money, silver on his last turn, gold on the Outpost, which is pretty good. Pretty good on an Outpost turn. So the Outpost turn, he only has the one Lookout, right? So I expected it to be shaky sometimes, not so hot, given that he wasn't able to trash as much. And it does happen that way, but the Outpost was still well worth it for him here, I believe. So he comes up with 8, picks up a province of his own here, so he's starting to fight me on the provinces. Here I really hoped that I would be able to draw into enough money to afford a province, but those estates haunted me there. So I thought about duchy, but I figured it was a bit too early for duchy, and one more gold should do well for me. So 7, real happy to see my opponent hit 7, and happier to see him pick up a duchy there. It just makes his deck a bit worse. It makes it harder for him to hit 8 is what I'm saying then. Another 7 for my opponent again. Very happy to see that, and also happier to see the duchy that he's buying. Another 7 for my opponent. Did pick up a couple duchies though, so the Outpost netted him an extra duchy there, which is nice. But those 7s, I can imagine, must have been quite frustrating for my opponent. So here he doesn't come up with 7, in fact he doesn't even come up with 5, and picks up a Courtyard. Very nice pickup for him here. And he picks up an estate now, so I was quite surprised to see him go for estate this early. I didn't play these Lookouts here because I felt like it was too risky. I already played one and had to trash a silver out from my deck, so I didn't really want to do that. Here, since it's the top of the shuffle, oh, this is where I get burned, sorry. So I considered not playing that Lookout actually, and just trashing it with the jack at that point. I decided, you know what? Let's keep going. Let's keep going with this lookout thing. Let's see how far we could go. It turns out that's as far as I can go. Should have just trashed that lookout. At this point, the lookouts, they aren't great cards at all, right? I don't want to play this. One, because it might trash something good. Two, because 3 silvers missed the shuffle. Would have much rather it been a silver at this point in the game, but those are the choices you made early on, right? So we have to live with them. Courtyard for my opponent. And look at this Courtyard. Stellar stuff, man. Picking up a province for him. So I think there's one province left in the pile. There's one province left. I pick up the last duchy here. You see these scores on the board. So basically it comes down to last province win. Really. 7 here. Frustrating. Just enough for estate. I chose not to play that lookout. Again, for fear of trashing something good. As it turns out, it probably would have worked out for me if I played that lookout. And I was also hoping to see Jack a bit earlier in the shuffle. As it turns out, it ends up at the bottom of the deck. Cash for my opponent, that's fine. Another estate for me here. Again, we just race into the province. Who is going to get there first? Who is going to get there first? Here comes the Courtyard. Crap. Crap. Don't find 8. Don't find 8. He finds 8. And he picks up the win here. So, Stable's Caravan came through. The Outpost was sufficient to pick up the win here. So we are on to game 5. Thank you for watching, and I will see you